Welcome back to Here for the Style. Welcome back to my place for another chat about beauty and makeup. Please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see all of my following rambles about makeup. And for today's video, we are going to do full face of first impressions. However, I don't have all the products for a full face of new products that I'm experimenting. I think it's more of like 3/4 of a face of first impressions, and let's get into the video. So we will start with our base as usual. This is a new product for me. I haven't tried it before. I don't think it's a new product in general. It's been around for at least a couple of years now. It's the Lancome Teint Idole, or whatever the French call it, Ultra Wear Foundation. I got this from Sephora as a sample, and she didn't have it in my shade, so she gave me shade 04 as more of like the sample size. And then she also gave me one of these, I think they're called sachets, I don't know how to pronounce that. And she gave it in what she thought would be my shade, which is 02 Lys Rosé. I actually don't think this will be my shade, but I can show you a very interesting technique that you can do with your foundation when you have maybe two shades, one that's a bit darker. The classical thing to do is to use the lighter shade when you are not tan, or when you don't use self-tanner, if you do use self-tanner, and then you can use the darker shade when your skin shade is darker, so in the summer. What we can also do with two different shades of foundation is we can contour with a slightly darker shade, and I will show you how we will do that. I will tear open my sample in the color that she matched me to. As I said, I don't think this is my color, but since it is a bit lighter, I think we can work with it. I will just add a drop on each cheek, a tiny bit on my nose, a tiny bit on my forehead, and then what's left on my chin. And I will be using, as usual, my MAC 130 brush, the one that I always use. This foundation goes on very smoothly. It's very, very fragranced. It actually smells like posh perfume. I think the foundation is a bit, I don't know how to explain it. It gets a bit streaky because I think it's a formula that dries almost instantly when you apply it to the skin. So I would suggest not doing what I did and just adding a tiny bit, blending it out, and going bit by bit. Right. I will also add a bit of the foundation. As you can see, it's not necessarily a very good match for me. I think it's a bit dark and a bit pink on my skin tone, so I will add a little bit on my neck, just so we don't have differently colored face and neck. I will take a bit more out of the container and just put it on my neck using my hand. Always use, when applying skincare and any type of cream products to your neck, always use movements going outwards. That's how you keep your skin in the best shape. I will make sure to really blend it out at the base of my neck so that I don't get a weird line there. Okay, so this, I think this is a fair amount of coverage for a base layer. I'll also do my ears. Always make sure to also do your ears, just so that they don't look weird. And the next step will be to add the darker shade. This is shade 04 in the same foundation, like a drop on the tip of my brush. It's the same brush that I use to apply my foundation with. And then just placing the darker shade in the area where I would normally put contour on. Just of course not as structured, the movements are much larger. We don't want to get a stripe of darker foundation on the skin. We just want to add that, you know, whisper of a different color. A tiny bit on the forehead, as you know, just the bigger amount on the sides where my forehead is a bit more square, and just a tiny bit on the center. And we use the circular motions to just blend out the contour, so to speak. Right, and this is how our base looks. So that would be a more natural way of contouring and just emphasizing some parts of the face, you know, as opposed to using any harsh colors. And this can also bring a bit of color back to your skin just by doing the foundation using this technique. Let me know in the comments down below if you try it out and how you feel about this. It doesn't have to be, of course, the same foundation. You can use two different foundations in shades that are lighter and darker. Just make sure that they play well together, meaning they blend well together and there are no you know, differences in consistency. Right, then the next thing that we will be moving on to is the eyes, as usual. And for that I will be using the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette. I have just taken it out of its cardboard packaging. I received a gift, a voucher for Sephora for my birthday, and this is what I wanted to buy with it, so that's what I did. You can see the shades here. I think this palette is so gorgeous, so nice. The shades are so fresh and summery. Not necessarily summery. I think they are suited for all seasons. And I actually think this gold over here, it's a sort of a golden khaki. I think that one would look great also as party makeup. You can do a ton of looks with it. So I will start by using this shade over here. This shade is called Earth. And I will use it as a transition shade, so I will place it using a fluffy brush, a fluffy blending brush, a tapered one. I will place it in the crease, all over the crease, just like that, creating a bit of depth. And I'm just actually laying on the foundation for using the Cosmo shade all over the lid. I want to do a really simple look using these shades with that Orion shade as the star of the show. So it's actually also quite hot over here, so it's a very sunny and hot day, so I don't want to do any complicated makeup or a full-blown smoky eye or something like that. I just want to do something easy, just 2 shades on the lid using these gorgeous shadows from Natasha Denona, and that's it. As you can tell, I have applied that shade Earth from the palette. It's a matte shade and I've just applied it using my regular blending brush. This is actually a very old Sigma brush. I thought it was my MAC brush, but it wasn't. This is the Sigma E40. I don't even know if they still do these. And the shade just blended out like a dream. So I'm taking a flat packing brush and I'm just putting on that shade Orion all over my lid. This is just straight from the palette on the brush. And I'm just packing on the shade all over my lid. So we can get that beautiful duochrome quality of the shade, and we can see it in all of its glory. I'm taking the brush that I used to do the crease with, and I'm blending out the edges with it, with whatever product was left on it. I'm also taking a smaller brush, just a pencil brush, so I can get right into that outside corner of the mobile lid, so I can blend out that bit that got a bit more patchy over there. And I'm doing the same on the other eye. Just packing the shade on. I just want to have a bit more of that shiny, glossy look on the center of the eyelid, so that's why I'm using an even flatter brush and very flexible, just to place a bit more of that shade concentrated right on the middle of the eyelid. I will be using that middle shade over here. It's called Bellatrix and it's a shimmery shade. I will be using that on the inner corner of the eye just to add a bit of shimmer to the look, like that. Okay, and that's it. I won't be doing anything to my lower lash line, just because I want the look to be fresh and more suited for summer. And I will just be using my Sephora collection Touche Lumière Lissant concealer to add a bit of coverage under my eyes. This is not a new product. I cannot do a first impression on it just because I have been using it for some time now. However, I can tell you that after using it for more than a month, I'm very happy with it. I really like it. It's a very good product, and I think it's better than a lot of high-end concealers that I have tried before. Okay, I'm back. I've actually changed my mind and haven't done lashes for this look, I just kept it like this as it is. I have added mascara. I think you can see that it all looks more put together using mascara. And we will move on to the next new product, the next first impression. And this is actually from my August Look Fantastic beauty box. It's the Bellapierre Cosmetics, the Heat Wave Highlighting Palette. These are 5 different highlighting shades. I hope you can see them, yeah. Actually, these are some of these are quite dark for me, so I can also use them as blush toppers. And since I don't really have a blush, a new blush that I can do a first impression on, I will be trying maybe using this shade, which is sort of a peachy pinky shade, as a blush and highlighter in one. And then if we can still go on packing on the highlight, we will also add a true highlighting shade, such as this one, over the top to make everything more glowy, which I'm certainly not mad about, because I do love glowy looks. So I'll start using that shade over here, which is a bit darker, and try to use that as more of a luminous blush. Actually, for a highlighter, don't find this very glowy. It actually just adds more of like a whisper of a color to my cheeks. I can definitely use this as a glowy blush. It actually reminds me of is it the no, it's not, it's the Cindy Luminizer, this one from the Balm, sorry, it was upside down. This one, which is pink and also has that bit of luminosity about it. And I also use that one as a luminous blush sometimes, or as a blush topper. So I will move on to the lightest shade in the highlighting palette, which is this one, and I will be putting that on as the highlight. I'm also using a new highlighting brush. This is the Luxie 737 Tapered highlighting brush. This is also a product that I got in my August Look Fantastic beauty box. And since it is a highlighting brush, I thought I would use it together with the new highlighting palette to give you an impression on them. So this shade, I find it to be much more of a true highlighter. I have placed it on the high points of the cheeks. And then I'm also doing the new thing that I like, which is placing the highlighter on the apples of the cheeks for an even glowier look. This shade is actually really nice. I like it. It's luminous. It's not over the top glittery or anything. It just adds like that nice luminous quality to the face. I'm just adding a bit of highlight to the nose, the bridge of the nose, and then just the tip, like that. Bit more luminosity to the center of the forehead. Yeah, this is the result of the highlighter. I actually really like it. I'll just add a touch on my chin and just a touch over the upper lip. So the last product that we will be using, it's also a product from this month's Look Fantastic beauty box. I'm just taking it out of the packaging now. It's actually a let me see, it's a luscious lip stain. So I think what this means is it's a liquid lipstick, but more of the shiny variety. This is from the company Duce, I think. It's a Doucce. That's how you spell it. And the shade that I got is the Holiday Getaway. I think you can see it. It's sort of a coral orangey shade. It's not necessarily a shade I go for when I choose lip products, but that's what's so great about beauty boxes. You always get to try new things. It has a doe foot applicator. Okay, so I have applied the lipstick to my lips, as you can see. I don't think necessarily this is my type of shade. I do think it creates a nice contrast with the eyes, and I think the look overall is very summery and fresh. And you know, like in the magazines, maybe where you would do like a poolside editorial or something like that, I will see how this wears. I will let you know on how powerful the stain is, the stain element to it, because it does say it's a lip stain. So this is the finished look. I really like so far from what I have tried. I like the foundation. I do think it's a bit perfumey, so I will let you know if it irritates my skin or if there are any unpleasant aspects to the way it wears. But so far I really like it. I think it looks really good on my skin. I love the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette. I used the 3 shades and they are all gorgeous and I really love them. I will be playing more with the highlighter palette. I really like the highlighty shade, the lightest shade that I used. I really like that one. I also really like the pinky one. I will let you know how the others how the others look on the skin and how they wear. I don't know about the lip stain. I think I find it a bit dry on the skin already. It has dried down and I find it tugs a bit. No, it's not that, we don't say tugs. I think I can feel it on my lips, a bit dry, like a bit powdery, but I really like the shade and the finish of it. It's very dry and matte, so if that's what you're going for, definitely you could give it a try. So it's not at all like I thought. It doesn't have that glossy quality or feel about it. No, it's actually really matte. So I don't know if I like that, just because my personal preference is more towards creamy and glossy products on the lips. And yeah, I really like how the look turned out. I would definitely wear this shade of lipstick again, so that's a very good discovery. So don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you would like to hang out some more with me and talk about makeup. I hope you like the final look. I hope you like this type of video. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what kind of videos you might like, you think that I should upload. And I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!